Happy 1st of June.
June 1st. Oh, June 1st. We get a new theme for the month, and I did not look at it until
Just now.
Our theme is problem solving.
Problem solving.
I am sometimes a problem complainer, not a problem solver.
Yeah, you and me both. That's problem solving. That's exciting. That's exciting new month. I also have not looked this up until you said so. So it's problem solving. Okay, let's see what they got for us.
I'm looking forward to it. There's like a resilience that comes from being able to handle problems without getting bent out of shape about them.
Yeah, that would be nice to possess that skill.
All right, June 1st is always have a mental reverse clause. Always have a mental reverse clause. AKA like an exit strategy.
Or like how to reverse the thing that you're going deeper into it. Like how like do I have a way out? Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what Marcus Aurelius means by this. He says, "Indeed, no one can thwart the purposes of your mind, for they can't be touched by fire, steel, tyranny, slander, or anything." Indeed, no one can thwart the purposes of your mind. So nobody can nobody has the power to throw that off balance.
That's interesting, yeah.
And he says the purposes of your mind. As in sort of like the direction in which your mind is moving towards and from. It's like moving from a place and towards a place, and you might call all of that its purpose. I'm not totally sure. I think you get what he's saying, like nobody has power over your mind.
Yeah, no one has power over the mind or over the thoughts or over the decisions that we make from those thoughts or something.
Well, he's saying like can't be touched by fire, by steel. So he's talking about outside forces. He's like other people, other situations don't have the power to
manipulate it.
Yeah.
Even though we are manipulated by them all the time.
Right.
But we choose to be manipulated by them.
Precisely.
in some strange way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You have anything else?
Not at the moment.
Let's see what Ryan. Maybe they'll spark some things.
Okay. Ryan says, obstacles are a part of life. Things happen. Stuff gets in our way. Situations go awry. But nothing can stop the Stoic mind when it's operating properly. Because in every course of action, it is retained a reverse clause. What's that? It's a backup option. If a friend betrays us, our reverse clause is to learn from how this happened and how to forgive this person's mistakes. If we're thrown in prison, our reverse clause is that we can refuse to be broken by this change of events and try to be of service to our fellow prisoners. When a technical glitch erases our work, our reverse clause is that we can start fresh and do it better this time. Our progress can be impeded or disrupted, but the mind can always be changed. It retains the power to redirect the path. Part of this is remembering the usual course of things. Murphy's Law states, if anything can go wrong, it will. So we keep this reverse clause handy because we know we're probably going to have to use it. No one can thwart that.
Yeah, so like always keeping in mind that like circumstances might change, and then it'll force us, well, not force us, but it's essentially, it's more beneficial for us to go with those changes instead of like fighting them, right? Like, so like if you're like somebody's in prison or something, right? Like it's better for them to be there for the purpose and value of the people in the prison, like he's saying, you know what I mean? Adapting to how life changes, because we don't actually have a lot of control, or maybe any control, of how it actually unveils, and so we have to deal with sometimes we have to deal with the consequences of how it unveils. And then he's saying, be ready to change with it, or something like that's how I'm reading it. And yeah, the opt out, or like not the opt out clause, but like have like, you know, like when he's saying like have some sort of a plan B, is like don't go 100% into anything.
Well, it's interesting because like you can only have a plan B for something you can anticipate. But in the example, if a friend betrays us,
Oh, I see.
a betrayal is not necessarily something I can anticipate. You know, sometimes they're just things that blindside.
Yes,
that are blindsiding. And like then he's saying even in those instances, you know, because like if a friend betrays me, it's so easy to go onto the mental bandwagon of screw this person.
Yeah.
They're dead to me.
Yeah,
and now I kind of lock my point of view on what they did wrong and like how I'm right and how they're wrong. And he's saying like, no, like figure out how this happened so that now I have something to learn from it. It's not just like this grudge that I get to carry with me, but the value is that I learned something from it, and then do the work to move on from it, aka forgive them, so that my conscience is clean and I can like cleanly take the next situation and say, okay, what is this situation? Like what craziness does this situation have in store for me? Okay, cool. And so it's like, I feel like they're pointing at just like this sort of, you know, Jocko's phrase, good, that he recommends saying to any situation that happens in life. Good, this happened. Good, this happened. Because then it forces me into, what am I learning from this? What am I learning from this? How am I moving forward from this? Like not getting stuck or bogged down in how terrible whatever situation is. It's challenging because I've built up a lot of repetitions of basically just feeling sorry for myself when stuff is hard. And I actually think I'm stuck in a little bit of that right now. Of like just like feeling kind of like the last couple of days, just feeling kind of sorry for myself in some way. But it's like better than it used to be. You know, if I look back on like cycles of this happening, it's definitely improving. Like I'm more in the space of what can I learn? How can I keep going? How can I get up? How can I keep moving forward? But I'm still like, there's definitely the impulse to just want to like give up essentially.
Yeah, that whole the giving up thing is the further we go into the unknown, the more it feels like that. Like it's almost like it's like ratcheting it up as we go into like, hey, the more unknown, the more you don't know anything, and this is gonna be you might as well just not do it. But the crazy thing is, it's like it's all unknown. We are constantly, we don't know actually anything. Therefore, being afraid of unknown is silly. Like it's all unknown. So then, what you know, then giving up is kind of kind of loses its strength or power or meaning or something. Like, wait, giving up on what? Like I'm just observing how the things unveil in front of me, like they cannot be give up on.
I mean, for me, it's like,
Inside,
should like, it's always like the question of, do I give up on this project? Do I give up on that project?
Yes.
There's always the question of,
Mhm.
am I doing the right thing? Like,
Mm.
am I gonna be dying on my deathbed and looking back on this and thinking to myself, this was it. This was exactly the way that I should have spent this time. Or am I going to look back on it and feel like, man, there was a missed opportunity there?
Mm.
Right now, the way I'm looking at it is like, if I were to give up on my projects, that would be the missed opportunity. Yeah. But like doing the projects is
It's so hard. Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, so hard.
It's so hard.
I feel like a lot of times we compare it to, before the project starts, we compare it to how easy it should be. And then we say, oh, and the result of the project should be this glorious. And we set ourselves in some way for disappointment because we expect way too much, and then we underestimate of how much work that actually is. And then when we go into it, oh boy, here comes the reality check. Here comes the little jab from the life. Like, nope, you're not gonna just roll down here and take it.
It's not gonna be that easy.
It's not gonna be like that. Nope. No, this is you're gonna go through a washing machine, dude, and we're gonna get some punches, and you're gonna survive, right? That's the funny part, right? The funny part is that ultimately we survive the things we go through, and this is the whole thing of like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Although it's that somehow like in a weird, like it's so overused that it's like loses itself the meaning. But ultimately, like, yeah, the second we go through something, we have survived it, and when we are going through something, we are surviving. So we are living and we are surviving, and what a beautiful thing that is. As we go through the hardest thing that we can possibly face, it's a paradox, and paradox is really I feel like, I think what's his name, maybe Gendlin said this, like paradox is a compass to truth. Because when there are these different ways, like it could be like this, but it can also be like that. Like when that happens, there's something about that is like, yes, that's how actually it is. It's never one way. Nice. Anything else you want to share?
Maybe just all day I've been thinking about that quote from the Bhagavad Gita that's, you are entitled to your actions, but not the fruit thereof. And I've been like really
that's
contemplating that today, which is like, I'm really only in charge of half of it, which is like my contribution, whatever I'm bringing to the table, and then life serves up something and I get no say in what life serves up. And so if that is the truth, if that is the case, then I have to figure out how to make myself okay with the things that life serves up. And sometimes the things that life serves up they seem unbearable.
Yeah.
Unimaginable, unpredictable, unbearable. And yeah, it's like, it's humbling to, I study philosophy, or I meditate, or, I organize my life around these types of things because I know that this is the right way to live. And then sometimes I think that I am doing a pretty good job of living that way, and then it's like there's a reality check that's like, oh nope, there's still more for you to learn here. And so I just feel like I've been going through that.
Yeah. And that feels hard. Yeah. That feels hard for some reason.
Probably just because I'm a millennial.
Well, no, I think that this
And I was raised to think life's supposed to be easy.
I think that has happened throughout all of the generations. Every single one of us goes through the same thing, Well, the paradox in there is that, like, when you're saying, like, oh, it's so hard to go through it, ultimately, like, you can look at it also like, what a celebration that this opportunity even exists for you to go through something hard. That you're just going to come out with some bruises and scratches and not your head being ripped off. You know what I mean? It's like, what a blessing or something.
It's all good.
What a blessing to do hard things. Oof.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's a head scratcher. All right. Well, sorry I cried today.
Sorry, don't be sorry.
Or you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You're welcome to cry.
And if I'm starting a new policy. If you are watching these videos, you do not get to just watch them and leave. You have to write us a comment. That's the new policy. And if I catch anybody watching the videos and not commenting, you're in big trouble.
Watch out.
All right, we'll see you here tomorrow.